90.3.
90.3.
90.3.
90.3 WMSC.
WMSC.
Upper Montclair.
Upper Montclair, New Jersey.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. Hey guys, it's the final show of the year.
The final countdown.
Guys, we have a great show lined up for you.
Woo woo.
It's me, Isaiah, your host of the Thursday Morning Buzz. It is indeed our season finale. One more show left tomorrow, but more importantly, we got business to take care of today. First off, guys, how are you doing on this fine Thursday, December
Cold.
15th? It is freezing.
It is cold.
Not a fan.
I don't fare well in the cold. The melanin inside of me genuinely does not tolerate anything below 70 degrees. I'm not a fan.
Honestly, below 70, you said?
Yes.
Oof.
The second it hits like 69 below, oof, I can't do that. I'm not a fan. I can't. No.
I can't even get mad at that. It's just sometimes weather be just weathering, man.
Exactly.
And they need to relax. Maybe we're just not built for New Jersey.
Maybe Amina could tell us more about the weather.
Amina, the one and only, second to last newscast of the year?
Yeah.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
In national news, the government of Peru declared a nationwide state of emergency yesterday as it sought to control widespread violence following the ouster last week of the country's elected president, who had tried to dissolve Congress. The emergency measure, which was announced by Alberto Otarola, the country's defense minister, suspended the rights of assembly and freedom of transit, among other civil liberties, for 30 days. It was signed into law by the country's new president, Dina Boluarte. The decree did not impose a curfew. And in state news, since a New Jersey high school student was told he could not wrestle with locks, U.S. Senator Cory Booker was seeking a unanimous vote to pass a bill that would make it a federal crime to discriminate on the basis of hairstyles or texture. However, the House-passed bill was blocked by U.S. Senator Rand Paul. And in local news, an attempted vehicle theft in Montclair led to a high-speed chase to Newark, where 3 individuals were apprehended after attempting to flee on foot. Montclair officers pursued the vehicle through Montclair, Glen Ridge, Bloomfield, and Newark. The suspects were 18, 17, and 14 years old. And looking at the weather today, it is partly cloudy as we have a huge coastal storm coming with an expected mix of rain and snow by 1 p.m. for the Montclair area. We have a high of 41 and a low of 27 with a humidity level of 67% and good air quality with a level of 21.
Thank you very much, Amina, as always. Great stuff. But it's a beautiful time to be alive in the world of sports, George.
Yes, it is.
The World Cup is set.
World Cup.
All right.
No.
All right, Speed. Relax. But we have a lot of updates going on in the sports world. George, it's your time to shine.
Is it? All right, let's do this. All right, so a couple World Cup updates for everybody. Yesterday, France defeated Morocco 2-0 to advance to the World Cup final, which will take place this Sunday at 10 a.m. It will be Argentina versus France in what will most likely be Lionel Messi's last World Cup game ever. For the NFL Week 15, can't believe it's Week 15 already. Week 15 kicks off tonight with the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Game will most likely determine who will win the NFC West. This is going to be a great game. I'm excited for this game because I love division battles. Love them. NBA, last night, New York Knicks defeated the Chicago Bulls 128-120 in overtime. Julius Randle led the way with 31 points, while Jalen Brunson had 30. And in hockey tonight, the New York Rangers will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. And the New Jersey Devils will take on division rival Philadelphia Flyers at the Prudential Center in New York.
George, that was beautiful. I felt so just filled with emotion as you were reading that.
Are you sure? You don't have to lie. It's okay.
No,
Isaiah never lies unless he's talking about movies.
Oh, no, I'd say the 100% truth about movies. George, very quickly, sports guy here. It is the World Cup. Who do you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win? I honestly, I got Argentina.
Really?
I really do. I just feel like Messi.
You're just sucking up to our general manager.
I am not sucking up to our general manager, JT. I truly believe that Messi is going to take over this game. I'm calling 2 goals for Messi on Sunday.
2 goals?
I really am. Yeah,
Whoa, that is a hot take.
it is a hot take.
I'm with you though. I think Argentina might win the whole thing, but 2 goals, I don't know about that.
I have a prediction that we're gonna see very excited fan run across the field in true football fashion. I'd be willing to put money on that, but JT doesn't have a lot of money.
Yikes.
So
Not a good bet then.
Mm-mm,
Hey guys,
no.
we got some stories to take care of in the first hour, and we're gonna start with weather actually, since we brought it up earlier. Amina, once again, great talk about the weather. So let's
Like,
continue it.
thanks.
This is a bit of a rough one, but a severe weather system cutting through the south has left 3 people and injured dozens, 3 people dead, as violent tornadoes touched down, collapsing homes, turning debris into projectiles, and knocking out power. The deaths attributed to storm-related events include a 56-year-old woman who died after a tornado hit her home in the Kelowna area in St. Charles Parish, according to the Louisiana Department of Health. And additionally, a boy and his mother were found dead after a tornado destroyed their home in the northwestern Louisiana community of Keatsville. That is some sad stuff. And multiple communities throughout Louisiana reported destruction, with roofs ripped off homes, splintered debris littering roadways, and cars flipped over. More than 50,000 customers were left without power across Louisiana and Mississippi Wednesday evening, according to poweroutage.us. That number was down to less than 15,000 early this morning. According to the Storm Prediction Center, there is at least 49 tornado reports across Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, and Florida, both on Tuesday and Wednesday. More tornado reports are likely to come as surveyors continue to check for damage, and it only gets worse as more than 15 million people could see severe weather today in parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas as severe weather shifts east. Ooh, I mean, that's a sad part about living in that region of the country, is that tornadoes are so common, and especially seeing like just the number of 49 tornadoes within 2 days. That's a scary thing to think about.
Mhm.
I don't think I would ever be able to survive in those areas. And obviously, heart goes out to those families because they were just living life, and then suddenly a tornado struck their homes. That's some sad stuff.
I couldn't imagine. That's like as much crazy stuff people talk about Jersey. I always am grateful that we do live in a naturally it's one of the better areas when we're talking about weather, when we're just talking about like the day-to-day things that can happen at any time. That's normally like my first line of defense. It's like, yeah, like say what you want about Jersey, but it's like I never really hear us having to worry about crazy things like tornadoes or just insane blizzards. Like the most we'll get is hurricanes, and we've seen pretty bad of those.
I mean, to be fair, we've had gotten blizzards, nor'easters, and tornadoes. So the thing is, like, it is possible. I just don't think, like, obviously tornadoes or earthquakes are as common as they are as in the south or in the west. But and New Jersey is interesting because we do get all those things, but I don't think we get them as extreme as those other regions and their respective things going on there. George, what do you think about this?
I don't like tornadoes. They scare me.
Wow,
They
hot
scare me.
take of the century right there,
Yeah,
George.
but no, I do feel for these. I mean, 49 tornadoes in 2 days. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of that before, and that's scary. I wonder, whenever I think of tornadoes, I think of like, I don't know, Wizard of Oz, but
get
like, it's not like that.
No,
at all.
it's not a pleasant experience.
It's
You don't
really not.
teleport. Instead, you just fly up very high in the sky and then
Yeah,
you fall down.
yeah.
That's a scary concept to see, man.
But my heart
Uh,
does go out to the families who lost their loved ones during
Always.
these.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
Oh man.
Let's talk about our next story of the day. JT, another rough one, huh? In St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing much to say. Well, there's a lot to say about this, but nothing really we can segue in. 2 officers were killed after only a half an hour talk with this one woman. Brandon Istorf, who's 23, and Stephen Robin, who's 34, both police officers. They were shot and killed at a Motel 6 in a bay in St. Louis, Mississippi, earlier on Wednesday. The officers were responding to a call for a welfare check made to the Bay St. Louis Police Department from the motel. The officers arrived at the motel before 4 a.m. on Wednesday and then encountered a subject identified as 43-year-old Amy Anderson, who was sitting in a parked vehicle with a female minor. The officers interacted with Anderson for half an hour, and then the State Department of Child Protective Services were called. Anderson then shot both officers before killing herself. Robin died at the scene, while Esdorf died of injuries later on Wednesday morning. That, again, there's little to no words to really be said about that and do it justice. Like, just terrible all around. My heart goes out to the families of said officers. As much as, we are in a climate where police officers do need to be held accountable for what does happen, there are many situations like this one here where they're just doing their jobs, and unfortunately things like this happen, and so it's just sad all around.
Yeah, this is a crazy scenario because, like, by all means, it seems like they were going by protocol, talking to this woman, making sure everything's fine, and then I guess she got a hold of her gun, was able to pull the trigger on both of them. And I think that's the sad part, is that it's that weird gray area of how much a police officer should do during these situations like this. I don't know, man. That's
To
certainly
me,
and 4:30 in the morning too.
Yeah. To me, the worst part about this is, so we, like I pointed out, we are in an age now where police accountability is often called upon more than ever. And to me, the craziest, like the worst part, well, one, as if there's any good part, I can't even say that. But one of the worst parts is that these are the examples people bring about to justify irrational decisions on the police end. Else, like, when we see instances where police act irrationally, where they act first and then think, and then we point that out, the first line of argument is always, well, what would you rather have them done? Wait and then get shot? Wait and then something happen? And then while you're trying to get the point across that not necessarily, but there's a line of rationality that needs to go along with that, we have instances like these in which they sort of reinforce that idea that police brutality can be justified under the guise that anything can happen. And when I see cases like this, I always get heavily disappointed, not just because it's always terrible seeing things like this, but it's one of those situations where you're just like, man, like, you are adding to the cause of, you are giving these departments the very excuse of why they act irrationally. I didn't really look into the story, but I feel like, once again, the color of her skin might have played a part in why they didn't automatically act, but politics aside, it's just sad all around, and hearts do have to be given out to the families of said officers.
Yeah, and also I think this story also kind of points out the mindset of trying to understand what the cop was doing, because imagine trying to be the cop in that situation. It's what do you do in this scenario? And once again, it seems like they were going by the book on this case, and I guess they happened to find the wrong person to be involved in the scenario with. Hey, rough first two story, guys. Coming up, we do have couple more rough ones. Sometimes the news isn't as good as you want it to be, but hey, things get a little brighter, guys, and things could get a little bit better very quickly.
Forever.
I feel like we got to hear from Lana. Let's just hear how Lana's doing. Lana, Shadow Realm Lana, what's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure you turned my mic on.
Yeah, just making sure, how you doing, Lana? How's life going?
Get your job.
Come on, man. I'm trying to be nice here, bring Lana into the show, ask you how you're doing, and then she goes and insults me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry.
I'm doing okay. It's been a rough couple days.
Oh,
It's
man.
been a long day.
Oh, well-
All jokes aside, we're sending you love.
Oh, thanks. I love fire alarms at 11 o'clock at night.
Hey, man, just sip more of that energy drink, and we'll get the show on the road.
Monster for the win.
Let's do it,
Oh,
everybody.
it's
All
not.
right.
It's not Monster. It's
Double shot of Starbucks, not sponsored, everybody. Hey, guys, let's go ahead, play a song. When we come back, more stories. This is Chris Brown. Say goodbye.
Oh, banger. Sorry.
The internet hates me. Hey guys, sorry about it. Chris Brown was really speaking his heart out, and then
I think the internet's a really big fan, not a big fan of Chris Breezy.
Yeah, honestly, maybe the internet is a bigger fan of me than Chris Brown. He doesn't want to see me go.
Let's just hear you.
I don't want to gender the internet, all right? But maybe they just are very sad that I'm on my way out. This is the final ride, guys.
No.
Yeah. Who's saying no like that?
Me.
Oh,
You're talking to our resident meme.
Oh, all right. Well, I've also been signed out of everything as well. So,
wow.
hey,
Should I take
sometimes,
over?
hey, that's radio for you.
That is radio for you.
All right, JT.
Well,
we got another story coming up. What are we talking about?
So while Isaiah fights with the computer, I'm gonna talk to you about some more not so groovy news. We're gonna have a little update on Grant Wall. Grant Wall's wife, Dr. Celine Gounder, told CBS News on Wednesday that the renowned soccer journalist has unfortunately left us due to an aortic aneurysm that ruptured. Wall died on Friday at the age of 49 while in Qatar covering the World Cup. His agent, Tim Scanlon, has said that the journalist appeared to have suffered some sort of acute distress in the press room of the stadium during the quarterfinal match between Argentina and the Netherlands. When the two teams began playing in extra time, paramedics were called to the scene but were unable to revive him. Wall had an autopsy done in New York City after being flown in from Qatar. Gounder said it's just one of those things that's been likely brewing for years, and for whatever reason, it happened at this point in time. Qatari officials said in a statement that Wall received immediate medical treatment on the site, which continued as he was being transferred by ambulance to Hamad General Hospital. Once again, so much loss covered this morning. We have to take the time to send love to the family, send condolences to family, friends. May he rest in peace. And it's just one of the most insane times for these things happen. With just happening in the middle of covering the World Cup.
Absolutely.
And I think that's just the part that gets me the most. Like you went out doing what you love, and honestly, if I want to shed any sort of light on these situations, there's honestly no better way to go out doing what you love. I hope that didn't rub off as insensitive, but it's just my way of saying it is that if you leave us doing what you love, you never truly left us. You more so moved on, and you still left a good chunk of yourself behind that will always be remembered. So to Grant Wall, may he rest in peace.
Absolutely. And I mean, he had a huge impact on the world of soccer, especially here in America, covering for the sport. I will say the interesting thing to me about this story is that when he had first passed away, the internet was the internet and was creating a bunch of conspiracies about his death, because he was obviously the journalist that tried to wear the Pride rainbow shirt to a game, and they told him he couldn't wear it, the Qatari officials. And then obviously the internet ran wild saying that Qatar killed him. It was just Qatar to blame and all these things. And I think that's the dangerous side of internet, is when you can just blatantly have no clue about what's going on in a situation. And then people are covering it as if it's true, though. They're saying this is true. Qatar did this. And I never thought I'd be in the position of defending Qatar here. But I just think it's like a little shameful that a lot of valued journalists, if you want to call it, were online saying clearly there's foul play involved, and then once the autopsy is done, it was just something that was bound to happen, sadly, for this man. But I think people should really check what they're talking about before they start just putting conspiracy theories online, because this could have ended up a lot worse or something.
You get an official diagnosis of what
like
happened.
you had no actual evidence of anything.
Like, oh yeah, the Qatar just did it.
You had a hunch for some reason, and then you decided to say it as if it was true. So
it's crazy to me. It's like, I don't understand it. Like, I am very much so anti-conspiracy, not necessarily in the fact that I don't necessarily believe that any foul play can ever happen, but more so in the fact that I'm anti-conspiracy because people tend to run with the first thing that comes to mind, and they often tend to reject anything. Once the crowd has run with a narrative, it's often hard to speak against it. And that's why I very much so preach, know what you're talking about before you open your mouth. And if you must open your mouth without knowing what you're talking about, at least make it clear that's something I live by. Like, I can't pretend that I'm perfect, and I never talk about anything unless I know exactly what it is. But I do try my best to reassure people if I'm and start running like, oh yes, this definitely happened. Trust me, it's common sense. And everybody runs with it. And then we get insensitive situations like a man just passed away doing his job. And once again, the internet do be interneting, as people will say, and they just do this. And it's just a big disappointment in humanity all around, at least
Yeah.
on my end.
Especially they didn't even get to the point of like sorry for your loss or condolences. They went straight into how do we create as much clicks pretty much by saying Qatar did it or something. Like there a lot of people that, at least when I saw in the cesspool that is Twitter, a lot of people would just post Qatari did it, Qatar's did it, and then even say like is it sad that he's passed away or anything. Be a little bit human on the internet, everybody. I guess that's your lesson of the day.
Will they ever learn that lesson, though? Of
No.
course not, because this
Definitely not.
is, I can't even say my catchphrase at this point. This is America, because this is just life. It's just everybody at this point.
It's a mess, man. Hey, you know, JT,
Yes.
since while I try to figure out this computer, which let's be honest, I think we need to address Montclair officials very quickly. Let me go to the camera. Montclair officials. The fact that we are in 2022 and this computer is slower than a Nintendo DS internet browser is ridiculous. I think you could hook this up maybe with like, I don't know, a Mac computer, a brand new Windows computer. I'm good with either operating system. All right.
Don't throw a Nintendo DS under the bus.
I will throw the
we-
DS internet browser under the
We
bus.
are not co-sponsoring anything. We are merely just expressing our disappointment in this computer, and it is laughing at
my
us.
disappointment,
Secret
my
because-
disbelief, the shameful nature of this computer that is staring at me right now, that has logged me out of every account, that almost crashed here.
You don't have
My
to do
Zoom
it
was
anymore.
paused on this screen, but working on my laptop. I mean, it's been a mess. All right, it's been an
You don't have to
absolute
deal
mess.
with it anymore.
I
This is it.
understand.
But no, but I'm looking for you guys.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
for
I'm
sure.
trying to
Like
help
that.
y'all out.
Isaiah,
I'm a man of the people. Come
I
on.
understand
Let your segment host speak.
how you're struggling here.
Are you
But
really gonna try
okay,
to defend
but
it?
don't compare it to something that I loved in my childhood, okay?
Listen,
Speaking
you love
about-
the DS, you love DC, and both things are dead. So
We
I
loved
mean,
the
honestly,
DS. We loved Marvel. We love DC. Now we're gonna talk about what today's kids love, while Isaiah still fights with technology. TikTok is the new battle.
Hey,
According
clock
to
out.
Oh man. According to new reports from the Center of Countering Digital Hate, the CCDH, TikTok recommends self-harm and eating disorder content to some users within minutes of joining the platform. The new study has researchers set up TikTok accounts posing as 13-year-old users interested in content about body image and mental health. Within 2.5 minutes after joining the app, TikTok's algorithm recommended suicidal content. The report showed that eating disorder content was recommended within as few as 8 minutes. Over the course of the study, researchers found 56 TikTok hashtags hosting eating disorder videos with over 13.2 billion views. TikTok, which was globally launched by a Chinese company, ByteDance, in 2017 and operates through algorithms informed by personal data, likes, follows, watch time, interests of a user, has become the world's fastest growing social media app, reaching 1 billion active monthly users by 2021. This study comes as more than 1,200 families are pursuing lawsuits against social media companies, including TikTok. These suits allege that content on the social media platforms profoundly impacted the mental health of their children and, in some cases, helped lead to the death of their children. More than 150 lawsuits are expected to move forward next year. If you or someone you know is in emotional distress or in suicidal crisis, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. 8255.
I mean, I'm curious to know what you
collective
guys,
sigh.
what your experience has been on TikTok. Has it been negative like this for you, or no?
Me.
Amina, you could go first.
Wow, okay. I would say so my experience on TikTok, it hasn't been negative. Like I don't get this type of content on mine, but I can see how when you first join, it's possible. Cause thinking back, like when you first join TikTok, it's like the most random videos that don't necessarily pertain to you, but also if you keep seeing it for some reason, it just will keep popping up. So, and I feel like it's more likely to happen in kids that just will watch anything. So they'll keep getting the videos as opposed to like people our age where we know what we like. So we kind of change the algorithm.
I feel you. I feel you.
George, are you on TikTok?
I was, and then I deleted it.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I just didn't like it.
I thought there was.
I might get it back. We'll see, but
Sorry to disappoint.
I know, but
This guy.
just TikTok just wasn't it for me anymore. Yeah.
You're more of an Instagram Reels kind of guy, huh?
Well,
Oh my
okay.
god.
my Instagram got hacked.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, my Instagram got hacked about.
Can we get a moment of silence for his Instagram?
Let's not do that. As long as it's not 7 seconds. Anyway, so my Instagram got hacked, and whoever hacked my account put like I got a Mercedes or something. And it was funny because I'm like, I don't have enough money for a Mercedes anyway. So
No, really?
I got the account back, and I was like, all right, I'll just delete it. I'll start.
Wait a
fresh.
second, because this same thing happened to my friend, and
Yeah.
I thought it was real. And then
Yeah.
one day he posted that, and I was like,
Ooh, you got a
Yeah.
Mercedes?
no way, you got.
There were like 13 to 15 DMs, like congratulations.
Wow. good for you,
Somehow,
George.
some way, my high school teacher wished me congratulations.
What?
I think I saw that. Unless that was actually you, but a couple of weeks ago I did see you to post something like I did a thing.
Yeah,
And then it was
that
a
that was
car.
not-
And I was like, wow, George,
That
like
was-
coming up in the world, like he's doing
that's
better than
not-
I can't even buy
Not me.
lunch.
Wait a second.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see it. I will. My interesting thing here is someone hacked your Instagram
Right.
to post that you got a new car.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
You got a lucky man.
I know.
What if
It could have been
I
much
mean,
worse.
Also, who hacked someone to just post that?
I don't know.
Were they like telling you to like telling people like, oh, I joined, or thanks
It was
to
like,
so
yeah,
and
thanks
so?
to crypto.
It was like,
There it is. I was like, what is the like? Who just posted about a BMW? doing
Yeah.
that?
Nah, I just remember I used to get when hackings on Instagram used to be wide, I used to get like people like a couple times a month, random followers, and it would normally be people from like my high school or college that like I followed you on Instagram when we had a class together, but I don't really talk to you. And I would just get like a random DM from them and it was promoting something. And I'd always say the same thing. I'd be like, think you got hacked, my boy. And like I just get a message from Team Leaders like, yeah, my bad.
I got hacked, guys. Hey, I'm glad I haven't been hacked yet. Hackers,
same.
stay away. On that note, guys, hey, I think we got the computer issues fixed. All I had to do was call them out on it, call them out of their issues, and that.
Just yell at him.
I know. Watch it just whole explode or something. All right, guys, we're gonna play a song Less Than Zero from the weekend. Hopefully it plays. If not, I guess we'll play someone Shoma or something. We'll be back.
Exactly.
MSC, Upper Montclair.
And we are back here on the
Back
Morning
and
Buzz
better than ever.
Thursday edition, December 15th.
The best buzz?
The end of the road.
Bro, you know what I just realized?
Huh?
Isaiah,
What?
you're not going to be here for the second installment of Battle of the Buzz.
You're right. The idea was invented during my time alive, and hopefully you guys continue it.
Oh, we will.
It was definitely a great journey.
And we're going to keep your memory alive.
Yeah, if you guys should do, you know how they have the Heisman Trophy in college?
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
Just make me as the trophy. And
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
We're going to have
Come
like
on.
a couple like
I don't have an ego.
gold busts of Isaiah.
Absolutely.
And that'll
Oh my
just
God.
be our Battle of the Buzz
Like,
trophy.
WMSC Hall of Fame, Isaiah,
Mhm.
first inductee.
And it's like the Isaiah Cup every year. That's what you change the
Isaiah
tournament
Cup.
to. Mhm. Every 4 years is the Isaiah Cup. Absolutely. I
The
love it.
Zayzays.
Hey guys, what a time to be alive. We're enjoying. We
100%.
covered some hard things in the first 30 minutes of the program because
Program.
the world is sometimes a very sad place to be in. But we got one more story left, and I'm going to read because once again, Montclair fixed their technology. for
Let's
me.
go.
Get everybody debate. All right. So 4 days is the way to go. So the long debate has finally come to an end for a school district in Missouri. They have officially adopted a 4-day school week schedule beginning in the fall of 2023. The decision makes the first time independent school district will make such a switch in its history. Superintendent Dr. Dale Hurl said on Good Morning America, quotes, "If you look across the country, there's a significant teacher shortage, but it even goes beyond teachers as well. There's a shortage for individuals who can drive buses, paraprofessionals. So it's just not about trying to fill teaching positions, but certainly that's something that we're focused upon," end quotes. Applications for the school have risen almost 40% since the idea was initially proposed last year. The 4-day schedule would apply to over 14,000 K through 12 students in Independent School District, a suburban district of East Kansas City, and students in early education programs will be unaffected. According to Harold, there has been a mixed reaction from the upcoming change, with teachers showing support, while some parents remain hesitant. Now, I will say that the interesting part to me about a 4-day instead of a 5-day schedule is from the parents' perspective, because a lot of parents, whether you're single parents or both your parents are working, the school is a great place to put your children while you actually pay for your children's life, pretty much, because as soon as you take that 1 day away, especially if they're younger, now you have to put finances towards what do they call it, like daycares or something like that, or find someone that could take care of your child, because obviously they're too young to take care of themselves. But obviously eventually they'll reach the age where they can do all that. But especially for those young kids and those parents that have those young kids in their lives,
Yeah,
that's definitely a concerning thing, I think.
That's definitely crazy to me. I know where I'm from, like my district down in South Jersey. I think it's a general rule that at a certain age, I think it's below 4th grade, I do believe. It is a rule that you have to have an adult or at least somebody. I'm not quite sure what the specifics are, but it's usually like an adult or at the very least an older sibling that has to be on the bus stop to pick the child up. And I know like when I drive throughout my town every day at around like 3:00 ish, you just see like adults at like every corner in the district because they have to be there to pick their child up. And I guess they've worked that into their schedule. So building a like 4-day instead of a 5-day, I'm assuming it's probably Monday through Thursday.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming. I feel like that messes their Friday entirely. Like they probably have their entire work schedule and whatever schedule you have centered around your child and when you need to pick them up, when you need to be ready for them. And now that Friday is practically just another day of the weekend for the child, it's like, what happens to your work? Do you now have to treat Friday as a weekend too? I doubt it, with the drastic difference between school and a job. It's just raises more question and answers. But one thing I know for sure is I know them kids are happy.
Yeah, I know the kids and the teachers are probably happy, unless their pay decreases, which I'm curious if that is affected as well. Would a teacher's salary go down since they're working?
It would affect it.
You don't think so? Because
No,
my
I
thing
really
is, if everyone's working a day less, I imagine that they would get paid even less, right? Because you're not putting in the same amount of work anymore. And
Yeah, I
typically
get
that's how
that.
humans work these days, is they try to get you to get paid
Yeah.
the least
I-
amount as possible.
I didn't realize that there was a teacher shortage.
You did? Is that a real thing you just said?
Yes.
Really? Okay. That's
George,
surprising.
George,
see
George,
that.
Georgie, Georgie.
That
Georgie.
that
I
is
can see that.
that has been a huge story
What, Lana?
since the COVID pandemic.
What do you have to say?
As the daughter of a teacher, I'm offended.
Wait, Lana, that's good that you said that.
I didn't
actually.
know that either.
I would love to hear your
I don't know
perspective
anything.
of this
Nice talk.
as maybe you can reach into the mind of your mother or as the daughter of a school teacher.
Of course, I'd love to. So, there is a teacher shortage. It's been very rough, especially with the pandemic. Teachers are not paid enough for what they do. It's been very rough. Actually, my mom recently had to go on a medical retirement because of a health condition that she has, making it so she can't work anymore. But it's been rough for her these past few years, and she loved her job and
That's
she
sad,
loved
man.
teaching.
I'm sorry about that, Lana.
It's okay.
T's and P's to your mother. I hope she's doing better today.
She's probably listening right now. So
Hey, round of applause for Lana's mom doing a public service to all those kids, teaching them about science, I believe, right?
yeah, she was a chem teacher.
Hello, Mrs. Kalapodakis. Did I say it right?
You did.
Let's
Wow.
go.
Go. Amina, I'd like to know very quickly though. What do you think the teacher is? Put your mind into a teacher. Are you happy about this? Mad about this? What do you think?
Okay, so if I was a teacher, I don't think I necessarily would be upset about it, but I do think with the pandemic happening, I feel like they weren't able to educate as much as they could. So I feel like lessening it by a day is still hindering kids from getting like their full education. But also, I think one day it just relieves stress.
Yeah.
I would say it's more beneficial for like older kids that actually have homework and assignments.
Mhm.
No offense to little kids, but it's not as the workload's not as much. And I feel like it's also not as heavy on the teacher compared to like middle school and up.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny you use the term the workload's not as much because I remember I literally.
I swear, if you say I had a bigger workload in third grade than I have today,
Can I
I'm gonna drop you.
actually speak?
I'm gonna drop.
Can I actually speak? Like, it's funny how you got this high and don't let your host speak. Christ. Okay.
Get it off.
As
your
I
chest,
was going to
JC.
say, I was literally thinking about this morning in my daily talk to myself sessions where I said to myself, I think as we get older in life, yes, generally gets harder as things work. We tend to forget that just because things get harder for us as we grow does not, I think we tend to forget that still doesn't take away from the fact that the level of difficulty is just depending on where you are. So let's look at the workload you had in second grade. What type of homework did we have in second grade?
No, second grade was easy, man. Second grade, I was
Isaiah,
a super.
Isaiah, think about it. What type of homework did you have second grade?
LeBron
You were
James
adding
second
2
grade,
plus
bro.
2. You were writing your
Yes,
name a couple of
sir.
times.
And I was killing it.
Speak for
But
yourself.
think about it. At the time that you were I remember writing my name 5 times each and thinking to myself, this is the hardest thing ever. Why would my teachers ever make me do it? Because that's the level I was at. When I go to high school and I have to do 10-page papers, of course I miss the days where all I had to do was write my name.
Papers in high school.
Yes, I did. I
Same.
did longer
Really?
papers in high school than I've done in college
I
so
feel
far.
so bad.
So of course when I'm doing that, I'm missing the days where all I had to do is write my name. But in the moment when I'm in second grade, that's all I know. The workload is hard. So when people say, "Oh yeah, the workload isn't that hard for kids," you gotta remember they're
Nah,
8.
bro.
They're
these
7
kids
years old.
Could be learning so much more. Instead, we're teaching them a lie about counting on your fingers and writing your name. All right.
Speak for yourself. It took me 3 hours to do my math homework in third grade.
Hey, bro. I failed algebra 1. We're practically the same, Lana. We're practically.
Never compare yourself to
I
LeBron
have-
James ever again.
I know I'm better.
I have inside my mom just messaged me and she said that having 4 days a week would mean the school year would be longer. which is actually like
Ooh.
not fun.
No.
I didn't
Now
even
that you
think about
it.
that.
But they get you in the first half. They're like
Yeah.
one of those
Like,
people in the.
sure.
It's like
finesse.
praying for snow days so you don't have to go to school, and then you're in school to the end of June.
Yeah, you gotta make it up.
I think Montclair's
gotta make it.
extending.
I'm doing that now.
I think Montclair's extending their
Are they
semester
really?
a week next fall. Yeah,
Really?
Mhm.
Suppose
We're already the
It'll be-
semester is already like
it'll be 6
3 days.
Yeah.
3 days
Starting-
short
are we
of
starting
Christmas.
Earlier
So
or
it-
going later?
earlier, so we'll start the week before Labor Day and end around the same time.
What a waste.
Oh yeah.
That's-
So like we're gonna start like August 28th or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, why don't they fix parking lots and everything first before they start changing the schedule? All right, get your act together, monks.
Man, that is a talk between you and Dr. Capel.
Dr. Capel, nice man. Met him a
Talk
couple
to him
times.
during
DJ Dr. K.
Hosted the investiture along with Lara and the crew. I will say,
Talk to him during Dr. K's Final Fantasy.
y'all got a lot of work to do, and I'll leave it at that. Over here buying other colleges and all these things. I'm just saying,
Isaiah's-
maybe
Isaiah's-
invest in another parking garage.
Isaiah's
There's
looking
plenty
out
of
for the
space
future.
here. Golly,
Isaiah's
If
looking
they
out for the
do.
future here.
Isaiah, what should they call the parking garage? The new one.
the Isaiah Memorial. Everything's got to be named after me at this point. No matter how big or small my impact,
Everything.
name it after me.
Lot Ramirez.
I
Lot
would
Wow.
love to come up with like a zip line that takes me from car park to like
A subway underground. A
no.
lot- I'm suspicious by that.
That'll be like a 2-second subway ride.
How about we
the-
introduce
Hey.
golf carts,
Hold
and
on,
I'll
hold
keep
on,
it at that.
Hold on.
Up the stairs.
Yes.
I like it. I like a good golf. Everyone should be having a golf cart. Okay, so guys, it is indeed December 15th, which means we are still doing some Buzzmas questions. Now, ooh, I like it. The
Period.
problem about Buzzmas is this was supposed to be a time to play a video.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded a segment where we tried some drinks from Dunkin' Donuts and eggnog, which I find to be one of the nastiest things.
That was my
I've
first
ever been
time
in.
having it, and it was delicious. So silent.
I thought it was disgusting.
Eggnog is disgusting.
Eggnog
Egg-
is shameful.
is
and You know what?
disgusting.
That was the question of the day. But before we get into
You
that,
are all canceled.
before we get into that,
Every single one.
I
of
will
you.
say we recorded it, and as we were recording, I will say a lot of unprofessional people kept knocking on that door, asking, "Hey, can we take this person out of the room? Can we take that person out of the room? Can we take this person?" And I'm just sitting there. We're recording something, but apparently people got beef with me and keep interrupting the recording. So I tried my best to edit it, and it was an absolute dumpster fire of 17 minutes. And I thought, I am for the people, and I would never serve them such a shameful and embarrassing piece of audio. So instead, we're going to do it live. Now, JT,
Yes.
holiday drinks
Uh-huh.
are certainly a classic within households across the country. And
There's
around the
about
world.
3 that are connected with holiday, but
Yeah,
go-
all right, relax. But you tried eggnog. I tried eggnog as well. Very quickly. Amina, do you like eggnog?
Mm-mm.
George, do you like eggnog?
it's literally all of
Alana-
you against
hold on.
me.
Lana, do you like eggnog?
Not at all.
Okay. Isaiah, do you like eggnog? Absolutely not. JT, do you like eggnog?
Oh yeah.
Why? I want you to actually defend eggnog, because here's the thing. JT will find something that everyone hates and he'll be like, well, actually, I think it's very good.
Yeah, it's called
I
having
love
your
it.
own opinion. You should try it,
Well,
baby.
everyone having the same opinion and gathering in on one thing. JT, defend eggnog, because honestly, there's no excuse on why that should exist in the year of 2022.
It's just good. Like I
There's no
I
way,
remember
bro.
Victor poured me a little cup of it, and I was very tentative because I've heard very mixed reviews. I know people that love eggnog. I know people that hate eggnog. So I was like, I'm either gonna really like this or really hate it. It like I won't say I loved it. Like I'm not gonna be fiending for a cup of eggnog, but I was genuinely surprised by how much I actually liked the taste. It did have a little bit of a kick to it. It was like milk with a kick. That's
You're
the best I could
embarrassed.
describe it.
You're embarrassed.
It's the candy corn of the holiday season.
I was like,
literally.
I was like, this actually isn't terrible.
That's an insult to candy
It's
corn.
'cause, like,
candy
like
corn-
candy
Yeah,
corn.
no, candy corn, eggnog, shameful thing.
See, me having different opinions is called thinking for myself, and I think you should try it.
Wah,
sometime.
wah, 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 wah.
Like,
Every
I feel
time you
like-
talk, sometimes JT, it's just wah, 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 wah.
I have a
You
thought.
literally sound like that, so I don't know why you're talking.
Hey,
What's your
you're-
thought,
you're
Lana?
interrupting segment host.
You're interrupting.
Okay, so eggs themselves are a very controversial topic.
They are. Who's hating on eggs?
I know so many people who hate eggs.
My siblings, for one.
What? You guys hate eggs?
I love eggs. My siblings hate them.
Good.
But I know so many people who do not like eggs and will
Really?
actually like judge me for eating eggs.
Scrambled?
Yes.
Overeat?
Yes.
Sunny side?
They hate eggs.
They just don't like eggs.
Hard boiled?
Yeah.
I have eggs like every morning.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway.
Egg sandwiches,
Yeah.
scrambled eggs.
Can we
I-
let our segment host talk?
I get the point of like, why would you put eggs in a drink though?
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Lana. It
Yeah.
just makes no sense to me.
People be drinking raw
My
eggs
thing.
though.
Eggnog,
I do know-
the people that
I
drink
was a
eggnog,
lad, I ate
are-
5,000 eggs every
Uh,
morning.
they're 47
We
years
get
old.
large.
47 years old.
Okay, if you
eating a
drink
Luke
raw egg, that is just salmonella.
or you're Rocky.
I'm
And
roughly
he
the
became a
size
champion.
of a barge.
I don't know.
Sorry.
See, this is the problem with musicals. See how ridiculous that
trying-
sounded? Hold on. Everyone's having a normal conversation, and he starts singing. You see how ridiculous that sounds? That's why musicals
I'm
are terrible.
trying to call attention to ABC's production of Beauty and the Beast without plugging it. Let
just
me do
plugged
my thing.
ABC.
I know. Let me do my thing, you, Amina. Thank you. I was LeFou in my production of Beauty and the Beast, and my mic shut off. So this is me trying to make.
Oh, this is terrible. Now, I got a question for you guys now as well. I'm curious to know, another holiday drink that people be drinking is hot chocolate. And
You only got one rule.
what's the rule?
I know it.
What?
Polar Express?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I like good movies. Sorry about that.
Sorry about it. See, Isaiah, that's where we agree. Polar Express is pretty
See,
big.
me and JT disagree on a lot of things, but we can come together and agree on a lot of things as well.
Having your own opinion. Way to go. You
Yeah.
tried it for once.
Now, I'm
Skip
curious
it
to know, George, fan of hot chocolate?
Huge fan of hot.
Huge fan. JT, you like hot chocolate?
I'm a hot chocolate boy. Like,
Okay. Amina, you a fan of hot chocolate?
I preferably like toasted white hot chocolate.
Oh.
Insane.
so you don't want any melanin in your hot chocolate? Like,
Nope.
it's just you just like straight
Yeah.
white.
You just like drinking curdled mayo in a cup?
I see you tried to go there, and you're not gonna get me canceled.
No, not today. She
Oh.
said toasted, not just regular white chocolate. Come on.
She likes white chocolate with the tan. That's what she's telling me.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with
JT, just leave.
Lana. Before Amina
fuck
kills
no.
JT. Lana, I'm assuming you like hot chocolate as well.
I love hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'm a fan of hot
Yeah.
chocolate. I like my thing about this though is that in the past 2 years
So
of
many
hot
comments
chocolate
I wanna make.
is I can't finish hot chocolate anymore.
Really?
Yeah, like
You're
if I get a small, I can drink it. But if I get like a medium hot chocolate, it's too much. It's too sugary for me.
Where do you get it from?
Like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks.
I feel like hot chocolate only really hits in a mug.
I get that, but like it's got to be like a small mug now. I can't do a whole.
Well, how much
That
smaller can
was-
a mug be?
I'm talking like you know how they have shots of espresso. If I could just have a shot of hot chocolate, that would
Oh
be.
my
You'll
God.
burn.
That was my mom's.
For real.
That was my mom's way of bribing us to do shovel the snow in the winter. She would say, "Go out there, take the shoveling in shifts, all three of you," because my sister wanted to join in because my mom's very traditional. And at first she's like, "Oh yeah, girls don't do chores," and then my sister was like,
Girls don't do
I'm a yeah. We came from one of those my mom was very traditional. It was weird, and then my sister defied it. My mom was like, "Okay, as long as
I'm
not doing it."
taking the trash out, mom.
And it was so funny. My mom was like, "As long as I'm not doing it, I don't care. Somebody better do it." So yeah, all three of us would chip in, and then we would all have hot chocolate at the same time. But she would wait for us all to do it and do it right. And my brother was always the one that would try and do it fast, and then his chunk of the driveway
Oh,
was disheveled, and there were still like big chunks of snow
bro,
and
he
ice
had
right
hot
there.
chocolate on the mind, JT. His mind was somewhere else.
And he would hold us up for the hot chocolate, and then him and my sister would fight because she would blame him, and it was always so funny to watch. But then I wanted hot chocolate, and I would say, "Can y'all fight later?"
I just want some hot chocolate, man.
Period.
Now very quickly, guys. Any other holiday drinks y'all be drinking during the holidays?
See, that's the thing. There's no other drinks you can
Yeah,
really
there's
connect to the
really-
holiday.
Well,
Well, I got hot chocolate.
Pumpkin
Caramel
spice
brulee.
latte.
What, don't people drink what, ginger nog?
ginger.
What is ginger?
I mean, it's not making
No,
this up
I
today.
mean-
Ginger nog.
You're not.
I'm googling that right now.
Ginger nog.
I don't.
That sounds like a dog treat.
It's real. It's definitely real. Wow.
Huh. See, I Google it and then it says try again with this ginger dog.
Your dog?
Google said,
Okay.
I think you're wrong.
I'm getting a cocktail recipe.
Yeah. Oh,
See
it's getting a little spicy over here.
Where have you been?
I mean,
Miss Amina.
Puerto Ricans drink coquito during the holiday season, which is
That's
like
good.
that's also a very much of an adult beverage. But it's delicious.
It is.
I made some for Thanksgiving and it came out quite extravagant. So if
I-
you're into coconut and
Oh no,
Ooh.
adult beverage,
I'm not into coconut.
Coconut.
It's like a slight
It's
hit.
delicious.
Please drink responsibly
hold
and
on,
drink of age,
hold on.
please.
Everyone
not-
pause.
not if you-
Pause.
Oh, man.
Rewind.
George, what is wrong with you?
There's a
You
lot.
don't like coconut?
There's a lot of things, but
Oh, I don't like
no,
coconuts
I
either.
don't like.
Of
coconut.
course you don't.
Like-
You're just
like pina colada.
I'm going with your taste
you don't
too,
like
Isaiah.
pina coladas either.
If you like pina colada.
Have
I
you
don't-
never had an almond joy?
I do not like.
know.
Hold on. Lana, you can't use almond joy as a defense for coconut.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh my
I like an almond joy. I'm never gonna use almond joy as the defense line for coconut.
If you're gonna use a candy, use like.
This.
If you're gonna
Lana,
use a candy, use,
no,
like,
this is why you're in the
mountains.
shadow realm for today.
Stop. But no,
You like
I
mounds?
love you, Lana.
Oh, okay. I was
because
about to
coconut.
say, mounds are coconut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
would say
are.
I don't like coconut like pieces, like food coconut. Mm-mm.
Nah,
Like
like you're
like
eating
the-
hair.
What are you talking? about?
The
You don't
like
like
the
texture
texture.
of
the
coconut?
outside of
You
a
don't- you don't
coconut?
eat that.
And the
No,
inside is still
inside?
hairy too.
It's not hairy.
It tastes hairy.
No,
Like,
you
have ever
guys-
bit into a snowball.
Oh.
Go visit an island or something.
Someone
It
who's
was-
tasted mouth before. It does not taste like hair.
Lana, I have questions for
Lana,
you.
That is a very weird statement.
Like you just
I have so many questions, and I don't think you can answer any of them over the airwaves.
Actually, yes, I can. I've had long hair. When I have my hair down and the wind is blowing, it gets in my mouth.
Lana, like you're not helping
Lana,
yourself right
please.
now.
Uh,
Not happening. Well, you all have short hair, so I
What
don't
is in that
expect
coffee?
nah, this is an interesting time.
Oh,
Amina,
the
don't
questions I want to ask.
Maybe like once in a blue moon, it'll be a few strands, and then I close my yapper so it doesn't happen
My
again.
yapper.
Yes.
See, even if you do that, it still finds a way.
No, you have to like really like.
Like I was in
Comments
in
I want to
Cancun.
make.
I was in Cancun. We were drinking coconut like out of a coconut. I couldn't finish. I couldn't take one sip.
Okay, Psycho X.
I couldn't take
I
one.
couldn't
sip.
take it. I couldn't take it. I had to give it
Psycho
to my parents or something.
Isaiah's.
Uh,
Stop it.
well, guys,
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Me.
I don't know what that is, but you need to put that away. I will say, guys, it's been a one final hour one of the Thursday buzz in the
1
books.
hour to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One more hour left, where all of us are in the same room and
Don't
Lana's
you,
in the
my
shadow.
friend.
This the last time you sing this.
Nah, it's gonna be at least three
The
more
last
times.
time.
It's been a long day. All
All
right,
right, guys.
enough of that.
Dang.
You know who I
knew?
hate
All
though?
the planes we flew.
Not hate because I don't know him, but Charlie Puth, one of the most annoying people on the planet.
How?
Anyways,
Well, you're gonna say Charlie Brown first.
Charlie Brown can catch his hands. Anyways, guys, we're gonna play some music when we come back. Hour two and Lana's critically acclaimed segment, Avatar potentially. George has got some hot takes.
I got something.
We'll be back here on the Morning Buzz. And we are back here on the Morning Buzz.
Morning Buzz.
Morning Buzz.
That was Manila Gray, Silver Skies. And more importantly, this is the Morning Buzz Thursday edition season finale. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Everyone hates me. All right. That's the music you listen to, JT. I mean, half the station listens to that specific genre of music. And I just want to be honest. Gotta be honest, Lana. Sorry about it. I wish
feel
you would
called
listen to
out.
something else. Not everyone in the
I
world needs to
listen
hate you.
to everything.
Hold on. This is my problem with like emo bands, Adele and Joji and all those people. No, I love Adele. I just wish they would be happy sometimes. You don't have to be sad 24/7. It's okay to smile. It's okay to be like, I'm in love today, or I had a great day. Or
Isaiah's definitely that one person you could cry to him, tell him about like how sad you are, and he is definitely the one to be like, "Have you ever tried being happy?"
I'd be like, bro, just stop being depressed, bro. Like, if you just stop, it goes away.
That's not easy for all of us.
He's like, "You ever tried just like not being sad?"
Not about just smiling.
Amina, we keep cutting you off.
No.
I was just saying, like, they sing sad songs, but am I the only person who sings them happy?
Nah, bro. I can't be in a good mood then put Adele on.
Sad music just be hitting sometimes. Like
No.
I'll be spinning some Rod Wave. I'll be spinning some like Heartbreak Bruno Mars. And my roommate,
Like,
my roommate will slide and be like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm good. This song just hits." Like,
See, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. It's like someone's got to ask, "Are you good?" It's like, come on.
And not all emo music is sad.
exactly.
It 100% is. It's
No,
always
I got your picture.
my life. My wife just left me.
I got your picture.
It's like-
I'm coming with you, dear Maria.
I like
I'm
Avril
coming
Lavigne.
in.
She's not even like alive though.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
what is
We were
Yeah.
just talking about conspiracy
She was-
theories. Sit down.
Isaiah, that's
All right, guys.
Melissa.
It is time though. The news world has been electric as always. And Amina,
Trip.
for one last time, we're not gonna even acknowledge what this one last
Singing
time.
the Ariana Grande
I will
song.
never
bad.
hear an Amina
Hamilton.
delivered newscast on this program ever again. Amina.
Wow, couldn't even get my
I
name
know.
right.
Well, rewind.
I get it. They look identical.
Oh, yeah.
The program.
Guys, this has been the greatest moment of my life. I've never experienced anything better than that. Amina has said program. The
Wow.
world. This honestly, you've solved world peace at this point. Amina, one last
I
time.
did racism.
She really did. Amina, take it away one final time. Let's hear the news.
Correct. In national news, the government of Peru declared a nationwide state of emergency yesterday as it sought to control the widespread violence following the ouster last week of the country's elected president, who had tried to dissolve Congress. The emergency measure, which was announced by Alberto Otarola, the country's defense minister, suspended the rights of assembly and freedom of transit, among other civil liberties, for 30 days. It was signed into law by the country's new president, Dina Boluarte. The decree did not impose a curfew. And in state news, since a New Jersey high school student was told he could not wrestle with locks, U.S. Senator Cory Booker was seeking a unanimous vote to pass a bill that would make it a federal crime to discriminate on the basis of hairstyles or texture. However, the House-passed bill was blocked by U.S. Senator Rand Paul. And in local news, an attempted vehicle theft in Montclair led to a high-speed chase to Newark, where 3 individuals were apprehended after attempting to flee on foot. Montclair officers pursued the vehicle through Montclair, Glen Ridge, Bloomfield, and Newark. The suspects were 18, 17, and 14 years old. And looking at the weather today, it is partly cloudy as we have a huge coastal storm coming with an expected mix of rain and snow by 1 p.m. for the Montclair area. We have a high of 41 and a low of 27 with a humidity level of 67% and good air quality with a level of 21.
Amina, it's been a pleasure to hear your final newscast.
It was great, guys.
It was so great.
amazing.
On that note, though, that was delivered amazingly. George,
Isaiah.
one last
Oh, gee,
dance.
this hurts.
This is the end
This is it.
of an era, George. George came in here a little bit into the semester, and he took the job and kept running with it. George,
Uh-huh.
deliver the news or the sportscast one more time.
You gotta get your fact right, man.
I mean, technically, it is news.
It is news.
There's nothing wrong with saying sports is news. World Cup is a worldwide event. We're covering it nonstop here. And Sunday, exclusive coverage of the final here on 90.3 WNCM World Clear.
Yes, it is. All right, here we go. So if you're just joining us, got a couple World Cup updates for you. France defeated Morocco 2-0 yesterday to advance to the World Cup final, which will take place this Sunday at 10 a.m. It will be Argentina versus France, and what will most likely be Lionel Messi's last World Cup game ever. Greatest soccer players of all time. NFL Week 15 kicks off tonight with the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Game will most likely determine who will win the NFC West, since Kyler Murray went down with a torn ACL, and it's going to be a great game. NBA, New York Knicks defeated the Chicago Bulls 128-120 overtime. Julius Randle led the way with 31 points, while Jalen Brunson had 30. Tonight, New York Rangers hockey will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, and New Jersey Devils will take on the Philadelphia Flyers in a divisional showdown at the Prudential Center. And Montclair sports. Montclair State women's basketball team defeated Hunter College 76-44. Nikki Carter led the way with 18 points, shooting 6 for 14 from the field and 6 from 9 from 3. Montclair improves to 5-4 on the season.
Thank you, George.
You're
and Amina,
welcome.
once again, round of applause for you too. I appreciate everything you've done so far. We'll get to all the thank yous later on in the show, though. But it's time. One last time, the most iconic segment on this program. People talk about it every day. I walk in the hallways, they're like, we need more Lana. We need more kicking it back with Lana. And they
needs
are
the
getting
jingle.
it. One final time.
Kicking it back with love.
Oh!
Ooh.
I don't-
Okay.
She had a little, Kim Possible spin on that. Like I was
Okay.
feeling it.
Amina with the music. Hey,
I can
once
do the
again, I
jingle,
think one of my
guys.
favorite Amina stories, really quickly, is the fact that Amina was doing like 9,000 interviews here at WMSC. Didn't say it once. I had to find it myself and then put it for everyone to know. So once again, Amina, you're killing the game out here. And you know who's also killing the game is Lana. Lana, take it away.
Thank you. So, guys, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We may
when
have
you-
answers.
When you hear the name James Cameron, what do you think of?
I don't know.
No
Clearly
clue.
Avatar.
James Cameron.
Who's that?
No idea who that is. I'm
You don't
sorry.
know, you actually don't know who James Cameron is?
I don't.
No.
Have you not
I
seen
wanna ask-
Titanic?
No.
It wasn't Leonardo, so
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's literally a Canadian filmmaker, a
Yeah.
major figure in the post-New
Okay.
Hollywood era, and he's considered one of the industry's most innovative filmmakers.
Is that
Come
all-
on.
Is that
Thank
off
you
the
for
top
reading
of your
straight off
head?
the wiki.
Is that from the top of your head? You're a genius.
Yeah.
like,
Well, one of his most successful movies, as Isaiah did say, was Avatar, and as people have been waiting for a sequel, it's finally coming out.
yeah.
Avatar: The Way of the Water comes out Friday, which is tomorrow, in theaters, and it is currently rated PG-13.
Ooh.
So this story is now set a decade after the events of the first film, and it begins to tell the story of the Sully family and the trouble that follows them, the lengths that they will go to keep each other safe, and the battles that they have to do to fight to stay alive, and the tragedies that they will endure.
Well,
That told me
well,
nothing.
well.
That is very basic.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to know everything about this?
But this is what I mean.
Listen.
We were talking about
Avatar.
Listen,
Okay,
I have no interest.
I've
I can't
never-
swim anyway, so why would I be into this?
I've never seen the first one.
Where's
They're
the
assuming
swing
you've
come
seen the first one.
I've
Way
never
of
seen
the
the first
water.
one. It just doesn't appeal to me. Blue people. And I get it. Like the CG,
Blue
listen,
people?
the CG
I had a dream
it's like
that one day
it's like
the
the
children of mine will not be discriminated against by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And you, sir,
We done got him started.
Golly, George, see what you did, George.
it's a
Oh, also a very other famous James Cameron movie is The Terminator.
I haven't watched that either.
I haven't seen that either. I'm sorry. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You said
Excuse
that and I thought about Determinate from Lemonade Mouth.
You guys have never seen
Terminate.
What is wrong with you?
Term-
I
know-
think
you know the whole rap part?
Avatar must be like doing well enough because I'm looking at his upcoming movies. All of them just say Avatar 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, they already kind of bought the sequels for that and they committed to it.
Avatar
3, 4, and 5.
Avatar
Yeah.
5. Avatar 5 is gonna come out in like
One or
40, like
two.
60
Yeah,
something.
literally.
My needs to stop the sequel game. I am so sick. Come up with something new. Do something else. I sound like T-Pain on his Twitch stream. I don't care. Do something else. Please.
Hold on, guys. I will say everyone's ganging up on Avatar and the blue people. What if I like Avatar and the blue people?
Then get out.
All right.
Ghost of Penny is
I-
so sad.
Not even an hour,
listen,
guys. At least
I
an hour.
understand that it's like the greatest, like one of the highest grossing films
Of all
of
time.
all time. I don't know. I just don't see the
My
point.
thing is this. I
Like,
think
I never understood the concept.
the story, it's not a hard concept to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the most part, it's colonialism. That's the general idea. But I will say, visually, I think that was I don't think
Visually,
anyone's
yeah.
watching Avatar for the story. No offense to James Cameron. I'm sure he spent tons of time on the script and whatever, and all those writers.
Yeah,
No one's
nobody
watching
cares.
Avatar for the story.
No, they're not.
And I think everyone's watching it visually. And I will say, when I first saw the first one in theaters, visually it was really cool because it was in 3D, and I've never really seen like a 3D movie like that before.
3D.
But I thought it was a really fun experience, and I don't think I'm gonna watch the second one in theaters or anything. That might be like wait for a Disney Plus kind of thing. But I will say it looks visually good again, and I'm sure people like the early reviews are coming in, and people are saying it's so great, it's amazing, I love Avatar. But I'm curious to see because obviously this room very anti-Avatar. So I wonder
don't
who
care.
the market is for Avatar then, since you guys are all college students. Obviously, we're all college students, and most of the room says they're not interested. So is it catered more towards 30 plus? Is it catered
It's
towards
catered towards
kids?
the Ghost of Kenny.
We don't speak of people that are irrelevant. All right, come on, let's move on to more people that
Respect
interesting,
your
you know?
elders.
Like respect who's here. All right, I'm here. Kenny's gone. You guys can dig on me later. Dig on Avatar later.
We'll dig on his
Everyone-
irrelevant opinions.
No, I'm kidding.
We'll dig on his opinions and his Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. But in the
Oh,
meantime, we're gonna have
cannibalism.
Oh my God.
we're gonna have
Yikes, Lana, what's
Lana.
next?
Move on.
We've got The Big Four, which comes out today on Netflix and is not currently rated. So we've got a detective who's investigating the death of her father and follows a clue to a remote tropical island, only find out that his true identity as a leader of a group of assassins. Now hunted by her father's enemies, she has to team up with the crooks her father had trained. 4 retired, down on their luck assassins, just trying to get back into their game.
You know it's a sign of a bad show or movie is when it doesn't even have a Wikipedia, and this does not have one. So I can't.
Wikipedia is not a reliable source. We learned this in middle school,
Oh,
bro.
sorry
It's,
about
like,
that.
really crazy because I still felt like it was somewhat.
I thought it was pretty reliable. Not for
It's
nothing.
giving me stuff I never knew.
It depends on what the Wikipedia page is about.
I suppose.
Explain.
So, wait, I learned this from my mom. Shout out, mom.
Shout out to the mom.
Hi, Mommy Lana.
God,
That was wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, science Wikipedia is actually accurate because it's like information that's like been around for a bit. So, like, when she was like still teaching and have people like do like a paper for chem, and if they quoted Wikipedia, it wouldn't be that awful because sometimes it's right.
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes Wikipedia. I mean, there's a couple things where you're like, oh, I should go to another source. For the most part, if you need some quick information, Wikipedia is pretty helpful. I'm getting tired of people dogging on Wikipedia and Avatar. Two great things. Two
But-
great things for the community.
But Wikipedia can just be edited by anybody anytime.
Oh
Exactly.
my god.
And
Well,
that's-
I mean,
obviously
you
that's the
could-
only
True.
downfall. Like I can go in there right now and say like Beyonce's my mom.
is she?
Children, Amina.
It really could be. She's given the blue Ivy face right now. Like the blue Ivy face at like any event you
If
see
I was
her
in a,
at.
like movie like Blues Cast immediately.
Wow.
Period. Hey.
Nice.
Hey,
I
I
know
don't
she
want
got
to
with
say
a piece.
anything negative about Beyonce.
You will
I think it
have.
was good for you in this
You
last
will be
round.
roasted if you
Yep.
say anything bad about
I love Beyonce. She's great.
Good.
Never had any issues with Beyonce.
Netflix.
Uh,
You're running out of ideas though.
Yeah. This sounds terrible. I mean, maybe Paramount Plus can save us.
Speaking of running out of ideas.
Oh man.
So you guys remember back in school, and you get that inevitable call because it snowed, being like, "It's gonna be a snow day."
I love that.
Yeah. Well, ever want a movie about that?
No.
Wait,
Not really.
Lana.
Well, you're getting one anyway.
Carry on, Lana. I'm gonna wait a second.
So Snow Day comes out tomorrow on Paramount Plus, and it's not currently rated.
Of course not.
And it follows a group of kids who are determined to achieve their dream when school closes for a snow day. We have two siblings, Hal and Natalie Bradston, who discover that anything is possible on a snow day when a surprise winter whiteout offers them the chance to break routines and take giant risks. Inspired to pursue his crush, Claire, Hal enlists the help of his best friend Lane to help him express his feelings, and Natalie decides she must challenge the town's cranky snowplow man if she wants to pull off the task of creating a second snow day.
Okay, pause. Wasn't there a Disney movie like this already?
Yes, it's a Nickelodeon movie, Amina. And the problem here, is not the fact that they're remaking Snow Day. I don't care about that. That's fine. The problem with this movie, it's a musical.
It is?
Yes.
Oh,
It's a reimagined movie that happens to be a musical. Nickelodeon should be embarrassed. Paramount Plus should be embarrassed. Everyone on this, Jerry Trainer, you're shameful. You're embarrassing. Yeah, I think it's the biggest disgrace to society I've honestly ever seen in quite some time. A musical? Oh my God, this is.
I still don't understand why you do not like musicals.
Oh, this who
Oh.
asked for this?
Okay.
Who asked?
I would just like
Relax,
to say
man.
we were talking about two different snow movies. I do know the Snow Day you're talking about from Nickelodeon, but no, there was a Disney Channel one, and it was called like The Perfect Snow Day. She had that machine, and she made it snow, and then like Santa was mad or something like that. You guys know.
That might be the one Disney movie I missed out on. So
Yeah, I didn't like
gonna lie.
that.
Yeah, no.
This might be as made up as ginger nog or whatever.
I didn't even know that there was like already a movie called Snow Day.
Yeah, it's from the early 2000s.
It literally 2000.
Yeah, it's just, what are we doing, man?
Oh, it was called
What are
The
we
Ultimate
doing
Christmas
with that?
Present.
The Ultimate Christmas Present?
Yeah.
That was on Disney?
Yes.
I've never heard of
Who
that.
started
What year was that made?
When the year I was born,
2000.
2000. All right.
It's the single cap.
But it was on. I remember it. It
Wow.
had good
Yo,
songs.
it's got the kid from the Santa Claus.
You're telling me you don't remember that? And
No,
he had that machine.
no, I didn't
that
watch
sounds
this one, homegirl.
Saw this.
Oh, the original had Josh.
Not
Peck in
that
it.
one.
Josh Peck. What a guy.
In the original.
Yeah, he was in
I
the original.
never thought that it'd be so.
All right, let's not get copyrighted.
Fun.
Lana, we got some more things left on the program.
That is
Two final things. What's up next?
We got games now. So
Yay.
I was hoping for a better reaction, but okay.
Wait, let redo it. Re-intro. We got what?
We got games now.
Let's go.
Thank you. That's better.
Excuse me.
JT, I've had a rough time.
Continue.
You can give me this.
I'll give you this. I'm sorry, sis. Go on.
Thank you. Blacktail comes out today. Create the myth of Baba Yaga by living out the
Excuse me.
Baba Yaki, sleepy tight. Baba
doesn't
Yaga,
sound
come
right.
at night.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Lana. Please.
by living out the origins of this classic Slavic folk story in Blacktail. This first-person action adventure from the Parasite team, combined with the international publishing prowess of Focus Entertainment. Experience a one-of-a-kind blend of intense archery, combat, and dark storytelling set in a vibrant fairy tale world. Choose your path to become either a guardian of the woods or a terror nightmares are made of.
Wow. I gotta be honest.
Baba
Baba Yaga?
Little children sleeping tight.
What?
All I can think about is Ant-Man and that Baba Yaga scene.
We've been some
Every
interesting
time I
characters.
heard this,
Mhm.
and I've literally had to look it up to see if it was a real thing and not something Paul Rudd made up because it just has Paul Rudd written all over it. And it's a real thing. And it's a real nursery rhyme in Slavic culture, I guess. Baba Yaga come at night, little children sleeping tight, and it's like twisted Santa Claus. So like literally reading this thing, I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously at all.
Mm.
Like at all in the slightest.
We've had some interesting character names in video games
Yeah.
in this segment.
Yeah, it's definitely
Scary, but your origin story is based off of Santa Claus. It's like Krampus, but like no culture. To
bro,
it.
Krampus is your favorite movie of all time.
It's because it's goofy.
It's definitely a movie. I'll
But
give
it
you
was
that.
a horror film.
It's supposed to be, but it's not scary in the slightest. It's the goofiest thing ever. And to me, that's what Christmas is all about. It's like imagine getting attacked by gingerbread men and a goat man. I'm sorry. I would not be scared in the slightest. If Krampus showed up my doorstep trying to scare me, I would burst into tears of laughter all the way down.
But would you
Tears
still be
and
laughing if he
laughter.
stuffed you in his bag?
100%.
Whoa.
You would just hear me in his sack
Oh,
the
well,
entire way there.
all right. On that note, Lana, we have one
Gosh.
final game of the year.
Uh-huh.
Let's get hype for it.
We've got
Woo!
High on Life, which came out on Tuesday. Humanity is being threatened by an alien cartel who wants to use them as drugs. It's up to you to rescue your partner with charismatic talking guns to take down the Garmantuous and his gang and save the world.
Is that the Rick and Morty creator who made that game, right? I think I heard about
Might have
this.
been.
This has regular show written all over it.
Hi, Mom. I think that is yes, High on Life is the one that is made by Justin Roiland, who does the
Alien cartel.
yeah, it's literally just a weird episode of Rick and Morty, I imagine.
Honestly, I was looking at it and like I was looking at some stills of it. It kind of looks like Splatoon, except
No squids.
yeah, they're aliens instead.
Hey, shout out to the squid community out there. We appreciate what you guys do for the planet and stuff. Anyways, Lana, very quickly, thanks for all the work this semester. What a time to be alive. A whole year of picking it back with Lana, which I mean, it's gone through a lot of name changes. I gotta be honest. We didn't have the name at first. Eventually we got it. And Lana, you've been killing it the whole time.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
I am so very proud of you, Lana.
Yes, guys, what a time to be alive. We'll get to the thank yous later and all that jazz. But for now, we're gonna take a break from the morning buzz, and we're gonna listen to Lana's favorite artist, Drake. here.
Let's
on the Morning
go.
Buzz, and oh my gosh. During the break, I called it pecan pie instead of pecan pie.
Yes,
I
because
feel a little bit gross.
you are a middle-aged white woman, and it's okay.
You say
must accept
I
it.
love
say
it. Pecan
pecan?
pie.
I say pecan.
It's pecan, bro.
It's pecan.
That's a can that you pee in.
Oh, I don't.
That's
Oh,
what
that would
is.
be a.
G.
It's
Just first dump of the year, guys. All right. Let's enough with the pecan pie. I've been recently eating pumpkin pie, and I'm pretty much burnt.
Sweet potato pie is
It's
goated.
over.
Yeah, I know that. All right.
Pie during Christmas?
No, it's time to move on.
No, Lana, we're not white. I'm
Jeez.
sorry.
I wasn't gonna go all that far.
Whoa.
It's just something that
Pumpkin pie is for the people, I think.
Sweet potato pie is for
I was gonna
the
say, I don't like
people.
pumpkin pie. I eat sweet potato pie.
Mm.
The melanin in us just has to. It's just something that has to happen, and I think that's how I made myself sick that one time because I anxiety eat, and that the night
You
remember
were eating sweet potato pie.
I
in
ate an
excess.
entire pie
That
in
is-
span about 5 minutes.
Oh no.
I sat down, I threw on a movie. I think I watched Saw that night because I was just upset.
Bro,
and I sat down and
settle down with saw and pie.
Like that's not even.
You were
that's not a
asking for
thing.
problems.
and I woke
Saw
up that
and
morning and my stomach was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you pay, idiot."
As
And I was like,
That
okay.
was ridiculous.
My stomach was not happy with me. And you want to know what else that I'm not happy about?
What?
Sequels.
Another sequel or a requel, whatever you want to dub it. There is no reason to have more than 5 sequels unless it is book installed, i.e., Harry Potter, and I stand by that. Fun
so-
little
Oh.
fact. JT is not too happy about a 6th installment of Scream that sets to hit theaters in March 2023. Scream veteran Courtney Cox returns alongside Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, and Mason Gooding for the 2022 requel, like they like to call it, and 5th Scream. Scream 4-star Hayden Panettiere will also be back as Kirby Reed. Newcomers, including Samara Weaving, Dermot Mulroney, Tony Revolori, Josh Segarra, and more will also be in the
A
film.
lot of gabagool going on.
It's too many
in this movie,
names.
huh?
The one key character missing from Scream 6, which should have been your first sign not to make the movie, but anyway, Neve Campbell, who played
Hold on.
franchise.
Neve Campbell.
Yeah,
Is
It's
that
Neve. It's
that-
just Neve.
that's actually I've been
Yeah.
saying Neve since I've started watching Scream.
There's no way you've been calling her Neve Campbell.
I have because I don't think I've ever been corrected.
No one has corrected you for Neve Campbell.
No,
Does that not sound wrong coming out of your mouth?
I don't
Neve?
question how people's names sound, you weirdo.
Neve
Anyway,
Campbell. That's a
um,
new one.
Miss Campbell, who played the franchise star Sidney Prescott, is not going to be in this film, which again should have been the first sign not to make the film. Campbell revealed in June that she was very unhappy with her offer to return for Scream 6 and declined to appear. The Scream's franchise origins date all the way back to 1996 with the debut of the very first movie, and the slasher series has continued to bust out sequels since. The first 4 films of the franchise were directed by Wes Craven King, but last year's 5th installment was helmed by director Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillett, who returned for the 6th film. Screenwriters Jason Vanderbilt, Guy Busick, who penned 2022 Scream, are also back for the latest movie. Scream 6 releases in theaters on March 10th, 2023. The most repetitive, purposely meta, and deliberately repetitive, because they know they're repetitive and they keep on making stabs at it, is back again. And no, I didn't even think they needed the 2022 installment. It was just interesting to see. That's why I watched it. I watched it as a fan. I love the Scream franchise. I love what it's done for horror. I love Wes Craven. We didn't need a 5th movie. We didn't really need a 4th movie because the 4th one would started to decline. And now we're on a 6th. It's like these people don't know when to stop. And I am saying here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, stop.
Oh, wow.
I had to
Wow.
back up so we
A
didn't
little bit
beat.
of passion in there, buddy. Yeah. All right. I like it.
buddy.
My thing is this here, JT.
You say?
I would agree. My thing is, who asked for Scream 6? Who asked for Scream 5? And who asked for Scream 4
Yeah. 'cause
or
that-
3?
Hey, listen, Scream 3 was the last good one. I'm like,
All right. I mean to get on your nerves. Right
yeah,
there, but,
you better watch yourself.
are you gonna watch the sixth one? You think, regardless of all this hate for it, I still feel like somehow, some way, you're gonna watch it.
And that's why I'm so angry.
Uh-huh.
Because I will.
It's the sports game paradox where everyone wants to complain that these games are terrible, but they buy it every year. They buy it every year. Every time the $60, now $70, they buy the same game and they go on Twitter, they go on Instagram, they're like, well, this game's terrible. Let's stop buying it. And then they buy it next year.
Like Madden. It's literally Madden.
Exactly. So now you're here complaining, Scream 6, it's awful. I don't understand. It's disgusting. And then little does everyone know, JT's gonna pre-order his ticket to AMC.
I will not go
He's
to
gonna
the theater
sit
for
down
this.
his back
I will
popcorn,
watch it on Paramount Plus,
and it's
just like I did Scream 5.
and he's gonna go to town, give himself a stomach ache, and he's gonna enjoy Scream 6 with Hayden Panettiere and Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell has been in every movie, and you didn't want to pay her enough to show up, which you should have scrapped it then.
Maybe she didn't want to come back.
Neve. I will say that's a very weird thing not to include her, because that's like having Rocky and then not having Rocky Balboa in it, but still calling it Rocky. It just doesn't make any sense. That's the whole idea.
Listen,
is her.
Listen, if you're going to like see, what's her face? The star of Halloween. I keep on forgetting Jamie Lee Curtis. She will like her name will drop out of my brain randomly. It's weird, but she is the character that yes, she is like the titular final girl from the start. But she wasn't in every film because the films are about Michael.
Yeah.
So while it might be odd to not have Jamie Lee Curtis and everyone, she doesn't need to be. But the Scream franchise has centered around Sidney Prescott
The whole
from
time.
the beginning.
The whole time. It makes no sense, man.
No.
Very quickly, Amina, are you into Scream?
I am.
Really?
I like scary movies.
Period.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
The only scary movie I don't like is Saw. Like, I don't know how you do that with the pie, let alone.
It's not even
That-
scary. It's just
Scary.
No.
Yeah, it's just
It's
gory.
goofy.
Yeah.
It's just goofy. It's so fake to watch. Like it just doesn't look real. And it's like, this is gonna be so gory. It's gonna give people queasiness. But I'm like, no, you're gonna make people queasy if it looks real. But the thing is,
It's
it
like those
doesn't
Final
look real.
Destination movies.
Exactly.
It's like, how can we be as extreme as possible?
And the more they went on, the more the deaths started being so comically fake.
Yeah.
It was just like it's like seeing movies where like somebody's like gets decapitated and then like their head is like a volcano of clearly red paint
yeah,
and it's supposed
It's
to
a
create this
mess.
like gory effect and it's just like this is so fake. It's funny.
that's horror for you,
Well,
though.
see, I watched Saw once when I was little. Can't tell you what. I just know never again, and I never did.
It's-
Literally, have never watched Saw ever since
You're
that
not missing
day.
much. George,
Yes.
you into horror? No, I already know the answer. George is scared of Scream, scared of Saw.
Excuse
You're a little scaredy cat
Excuse me.
I wouldn't take it,
Like-
George.
in language.
Like,
All right, say.
Do
You like
not-
horror movies?
yes, I do like horror. I recently got into horror movies.
What's
Oh,
your-
I
yeah,
did. I did.
What's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie?
See what I did there.
I see it.
I would probably say honestly, I like it, like the 2017
Ooh,
version.
that's a good one.
That was
Georgie.
yeah. See, I was growing up like traumatized. I was tortured for Halloween.
Oh, float down here.
All right. We don't have
Yeah.
to float anywhere.
Well, I will
like
be
my
watching
safety.
Scream 6. I can tell you that.
You will?
I will be.
Really? You're into the
Lana.
Scream
I
franchise.
am into the Scream.
Are you into horror movies? I can definitely think of your answer, but I just want to hear you say it.
What?
Why do you have to say it?
I just want to. I need to be clarified. I need to know I'm right.
Lana's the scaredy cat, huh?
Here he goes.
I feel targeted and I don't like it.
Listen, I love you, but I need to hear you say it. So just say it.
Come on, Lana.
I like to make horror films, but not
How you gonna make them but not watch them?
because I know what's happening and I'm like in the process of like I know like how it's being done.
I need to watch a scary movie with Lana. That just needs to happen,
Well, then you're gonna have to.
and
do-
we're gonna make a segment off of it. And it's gonna be Lana's best jump scares, and it's gonna be about 2 minutes of Lana screaming and crying.
Live stream it on Twitch.
You watched me scream at Cam scaring me with
Oh.
a fake spider last
Yes,
night.
for context, last night we were in the office doing DSFT office doing work, and our lovely sports director decided to toy with Lana's arachnophobia and found some prop spider that was used for a Halloween party that hosted by the station and dangle it in her face.
Oh.
Yes, this happened at about 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, let's get HR on the call really quick. That seems problematic.
Scary.
Let's talk about our next story here, guys.
Wait, it's Lana's favorite artist.
Yeah, I know. Perfect transition back to Lana's favorite artist.
I feel
Lana,
like
what's Drake's nickname again?
Can we have Lana read the
Crickets.
story?
Absolutely.
One thing, I just despise you.
Wait,
I was gonna say Yeezy, but that's
all right. Yeah, Lana's in timeout. Lana, we're gonna let you cool off in there because
That's the craziest.
that is wild. Let's get into Drake talk really quickly. As Drake's latest piece of jewelry, titled "Previous Engagements," features 351.38 carats in diamonds, which that's probably a pretty big bag to buy. Nonetheless, the necklace includes 42 engagement ring diamonds from engagements he never fully went through on. In total, just a reminder, necklace has 42 engagement rings and 351.38 carats in diamonds. In the video of the reveal of the necklace, the voiceover lady says very dramatically, you know what, George? I want you to do this. You told me you were an actor, all right? I want you to act out this line right here.
What is I have to say it dramatically?
read it.
You have to, here's the setup. I'm gonna set it up for you. You say it, all right?
Read it, Adam Sandler.
In the video, the voiceover lady says in very dramatic fashion.
I'm like laughing.
You got this. I believe in you.
Wait, so
Just say it dramatically, movie trailer style.
okay. Bordering the impossible.
Ooh.
An expedition spanning 14 months. Every diamond hand selected, inspected to only suit perfection.
Ooh.
It was giving.
Was that too low?
I felt
think that was-
chills.
A little low,
So
a little low,
high.
but I thought you did a good job.
Not Isaiah having to raise the fader up so high I
Yeah.
can hear the feedback.
I had to raise it a little bit up there.
Nah, I
I'll
had
say it louder next
chills.
time.
Sounded like the guy from the K commercials.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
every
really?
kiss
Yeah.
begins with K. Presented to you. No, okay. That's a lie. Not said by anyone. I will say, how you guys feel about Drake having 42 engagement rings that he bought? Like he actually
Ridiculous.
at one point thought 42 different women. I might marry this girl.
See,
Mm.
he's like Pete Davidson, except the difference is he waits to see. Pete Davidson will like jump into it. He'll just be like, marry me.
He's like,
And then
I'm gonna
she'll-
tattoo you on my chest.
And then she'll be like, okay. And then she'll just like months later be like, nah, I kind of like this other guy. Bye, Pete. He was nice. And then she's just the topic of his next stand-up.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Do people really watch Pete Davidson stand up like that? I got
See,
I gotta be
his
honest.
funniest stand-ups are when he's making fun of his relationships. I really could quote some of them, but I can't because they're that funny.
I just don't think he's that good of a stand-up comedian.
He's not because it's like the thing is like Pete Davidson is a very interesting comedian where it's like you obviously know that comedians' whole shtick is that they use their real life scenarios, and that's what they talk about. And the best part about most comedian stories is you always listen to comedian stories and ask yourself, is this real? Because it's always so outlandish that you have to wonder, but it's real because you literally cannot make this stuff up. But with Pete Davidson, it's interesting because you know it's real because he talks about things that everybody who knows Pete Davidson knows has happened. So his topics will include Kanye, Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, the other infinity stone of women that he's been
The
collecting.
Riz God.
Not the
His
all.
mental health, like he talks about topics that like he knows, and it's very like edgy boy in the back class humor. Almost like my brand of, well, I have my humor levels, and it is one of those things where he'll just be the one to say something so outlandish about his mental health. I really can't make an example because it'll like, get me fired, and I kind of like my job here, but like it's a science, and it's probably also how he manages to get Gibby's ex-girl or Ariana
Gibby's
Grande.
From Icon.
I'm proud of.
Isaiah,
Yeah.
I know his nickname now, and not because I had to look it up on Reddit.
All right, let's hear it, Lana.
Drizzy.
I don't know if I want to clap to that or not, Lana.
What are his other ones then?
We appreciate. No. Lana got one. Hey,
Starting.
positive vibes. We're happy today. All right. All right.
Channing Tatum.
Excuse me. All right, Lana, we're gonna go ahead and mute you again. Yeah, you're muted. We're gonna talk about some other things right now. This is all right. This is an absolute travesty right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta be in trouble.
I think JT just needed a quick breather. That was rough, Lana. I'm not gonna lie. That was
I'm scared
Lana,
that I'm
let
about
this
to be
be-
invaded right now
Like-
by JT.
no. He's coming. He just needed a quick little jog.
Let this be a lesson.
Yeah.
Never trust Reddit.
Never trust Reddit. Trust Wikipedia, I imagine. All right. Let's move on to our next topic of the day.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, the tears won't work.
Should we have Lana
Anyway.
talk about Gunna? No. All right. So
Talk about video games so I can calm down
Talk
after
about it.
Lana just broke my heart. But we have yet another video game adaptation. Amazon Prime's Video. Whoa, no. Amazon's Prime Video has joined the ongoing Hollywood trend of seeing that video games can become movies or TV shows. Interesting enough. The streamer has greenlit a series based on an award-winning PlayStation game called God of War. The Wheel of Time's Raph Judkins will serve as showrunner on the adaptation, and Oscar nominees Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby Iron are writing and executive producing with Judkins. Sony Pictures Television and Amazon Studios are producing God of War in association with PlayStation Productions. The video game series was first released in 2005 and has won critical praise for nearly all of its iterations. The series is in development since March. It will follow Kratos, the God of War, who exiles himself from his past in ancient Greece and hangs up his weapons forever in the Norse realm of Midgard. But when his wife dies, Kratos sets off on a dangerous journey with his estranged son to spread her ashes from the highest peak, which was his wife's final wish. Kratos' son soon realizes his journey is an epic quest in disguise.
Ooh. I got a question. Do you guys even play this game?
No.
Yeah, I've never played this game in my life before. Lana, you're our video game expert here. Hopefully you can redeem yourself for your past interaction. Are you familiar with this franchise?
I am familiar with it, but I've never actually played it.
Well, on that note, since no one in this room has played it, we're gonna move on. Let's go to our final L of the day. Gunna's free, everyone. That's your
Is
update
the
on
L
Gunna.
going to me because I messed up Drake's nickname?
Shit, you might have to at this point.
Oh.
But it truly
Don't
is
take it personal, but it's
end
personal.
of an era. It's now time to hand out one final L of the day.
It's been a long day.
Without you, my friend.
I'm so mad she teleported back to 2005. She spelled it.
OMG. So, for this story, we visit our good old friends in the sunshine states of Florida, where we've gotten so many laughs, question marks, and I introduce to you a 45-year-old man, Nicholas Zapata La Madrid, who was doing way too much in the Orlando area. His first visits was at a TD Bank, which, by the way, TD Bank, ugh, no one uses that.
The America's most inconvenient bank.
Yes, sir. America runs on So, TD Bank, where he would rob the bank while wearing a police hat and sunglasses. He handed the note with the words "assault" and money on it before running off. And after getting the cash, 2 days later at a Circle K, he robbed that place too. This time, the store clerk was handed a note that said, "Give me all the money and a pack of 305s. Hundreds, please." Just like before, Nicholas was wearing a police hat. Why? Who knows? But police were called to that store, and when they arrived, they found Nicholas in the front of the store. Orlando police said the man had stolen the cigarettes and the money, and it was still on him. And then they took him into custody and asked him, "Why did you do it?" And in typical Florida fashion, he said, "I was bored." Wow. Who just robs places when they're bored? Like, not for nothing.
That is
Video
such
games you could play.
GTA lobby.
Netflix. It's just, how do you get to the
But-
point where you robbing people because you're bored?
I don't know.
It's clearly he didn't care. I mean, he didn't, it's not like he tried to run.
Yeah, he was just standing there. He was really actually bored.
He was literally playing GTA.
I honestly, I believe him. I genuinely believe this man was just bored and was like, I've never robbed anyone before. And then he
Let's
robbed
try it. Let's see if I
He-
do it.
1 and 1. You know, he got away with the first one, got caught the second one.
Like,
pretty good record.
I've always wanted to go to jail. I've always wondered what that was like.
It was him asking for 100s, please.
Please,
Like-
at least he was polite.
Yeah. And a pack of 305s.
Listen, this is
100s.
This is not a WMC held opinion, but if you are going to break the law, which by the way, don't.
Do it politely.
Yes.
Have some manners. When you
Oh man, that is a
rob
wild.
me.
I will say the next story I think is significantly more crazy. And JT, I'd love for you to read it.
Oh, I wonder why. But this is why we go to
Aw,
Popeyes.
man, that's bad timing. Yikes. Hey guys, that was
Hey, Papa.
You walked into that one.
yikes,
Hey, Lana
man.
got some flavor. Ooh, you might redeem yourself after all.
I love Popeyes. Popeyes is delicious.
I hate the chicken sandwich.
Popeyes chicken.
Okay, I don't like chicken sandwiches, period.
She doesn't like chicken sandwiches, but she likes fried chicken.
I do.
Let us have a roundtable about that after we talk about this.
Yes, sir.
We head to the worst fast food restaurant on the planet. It's actually Taco Bell, but this one I will give to KFC. More specifically, the drive-through at a St. Louis KFC around 6:30 p.m. Ooh, KFC St. Louis. What interesting story could we possibly bring from this? A man pulled into the drive-through and began to say what he wanted, but then the world around him came crashing down as the worker revealed that they were out of corn.
Oh,
The
glad I
most
don't see that kid anymore.
most people would just ask for a different side, but instead he began to make threats towards the workers. After a whole lot of yelling, the man pulled up to the window, but with a gun. According to police, a 25-year-old employee went outside to confront the customer, and 20 minutes later came back inside and said he was shot. He was shot once in the abdomen and was listed in critical but stable condition. Customer fled the restaurant after shooting and has not been caught yet as of now. I am terribly sorry and disgusted, but if you feel the need to bring a gun to a chicken fight, you sir deserve the real L of the day.
Bro, this is what happens when you run out of corn, man. I've been trying to tell people.
See, we have
Corn
this
is a lifestyle. Corn is life, all right? And this man, you took corn away from him, and you got what was happening. No, I'm kidding.
This is
It's
what
hard to defend that. But I will say the concept of someone shooting someone over some corn is insane.
this is like when Popeyes.
corn.
This is like when Popeyes ran out of chicken all those years ago, and people were fighting.
But when the first chicken sandwich came out, people were
Yeah.
literally
Like,
Oh
each other.
man, like
for the sandwich.
I wish I was on the buzz for that time.
It was a great time to be alive. I will say the interesting part though is like it's so easily to get now.
Yeah.
Every restaurant now has a chicken sandwich. And the fact, like looking back at it, I hope that one person is just thinking like, I really stabbed someone for a chicken sandwich. Huh? That's crazy. That's real crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, oh man. I don't know. Let me just say the Popeye chicken sandwich is superior, but stab someone superior? No.
Mm.
It is never that serious. Maybe a little slap. Maybe. Possibly. You don't need to do that either, but sheesh, if you're going to commit some sort of violence, like maybe like you don't need to kill them. But no, you said, I'm going to pull out a blade because I want the chicken sandwich and you're here and you want it.
I mean, the chicken sandwich do be hitting, man.
It
I can't
be
even
hitting,
lie.
but
Spicy chicken sandwich. Little
like,
bit of
I'm
spicy
just saying,
sauce
like,
from there.
No. Like, and listen, I'm somebody that is a very understanding person. So there might be sometimes I hear stories of violence and I go, you know what? Maybe he wasn't entirely in the wrong, but over a chicken sandwich.
I don't blame him, bro. No, I'm kidding. I will say, hot take, murder, not good. All right, guys. Very quickly, Lana, can you just remind people why you hate chicken sandwiches before we move on?
Yes. Let's hear the insanity.
Look, in my opinion,
Mhm.
chicken in between two things of bread doesn't work.
So you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, like, do you not like burgers?
No, burgers are fine. I love burgers.
So
Then
you just have a
what?
problem with chicken specifically?
Yeah, breaded chicken specifically. I can eat grilled chicken fine.
Oh. Is it too much breading for you?
It's
I guess.
like fried chicken inside
So what if
of
it was a grilled
bread.
chicken sandwich?
Yes.
You
Interesting.
are a very intriguing creature, Lana.
This is true.
I
This is true.
don't know why. I don't like it. Doesn't matter where I go. I don't like a breaded chicken sandwich anywhere.
I think we need to examine her brain.
Yeah,
And-
this is gonna be a great case study 10 years from now.
Oh yeah,
Where
like
Lana is. I pray for you, Lana. I hope one day you allow a chicken sandwich to do its course with you, and
Maybe one day.
what's wrong with chicken sandwiches? You never had a chicken sandwich in your neighborhood. You never went to school with a chicken sandwich. You're the type to take your kid out of school because he has to eat a chicken sandwich. You, sir, ma'am, is why we have so many problems
So
in the
I have
community.
gone to school where they've had chicken sandwiches. They did it like every Monday. Every Monday was some sort of chicken thing, but
Okay.
you don't want to eat the chicken from my school.
Listen,
Oh,
I ate the
okay.
chicken from my school. I'm pretty sure. I don't believe that there's a such thing as fake meat. I believe that, like, because, like, what are you gonna do? Like, make it in a lab? But I genuinely believe that there is
Probably,
some
yeah.
way to make chicken in a lab. My school found a way to do it.
My school probably did too. And honestly, like I love like chicken nuggets, chicken strips. That's great.
You just don't want bread in it. I got you.
Yeah,
I-
I guess it is like just too much bread for me.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I disagree with you, but I understand you. You know?
It's bread. A
Stop it.
big
Hey
loaf
guys,
of wheat.
not for nothing, but we have officially made it pretty much to the end of the show. I don't think we're gonna do any more stories. Let's just reminisce, as they say. George, we'll start with you.
Yeah,
Did
right.
you enjoy the whole season that was the Morning Buzz?
You know,
Morning buzz.
I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. No, I'm just kidding. But,
Read it dramatically.
yeah, right. No, but I was honestly like so blessed with this opportunity to be on the Buzz. When I first heard of it, I was like, 7 a.m.
Ah.
I gotta get up at 5, 6. But it was totally worth
This one has to get up at 4:30, but it's okay. No flex.
No, but it was totally worth it. I had such a great time hearing all these crazy stories. It's like you never really know how crazy the world is until you get on the Buzz. But I was like, so blessed to have this opportunity to be on the Buzz, and I had a great time this semester.
George, I gotta be honest, man. When I first saw you, I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be terrible." No, I'm kidding. No, but when you joined, I was so happy because you were actually talking on the show, and that's often sometimes a problem that we've had with sportscasters, that they feel like sports is their only duty.
Mhm.
But you actually like to add in on the conversation from time to time and express your opinions on things. And I think that's a good thing. And I'm excited to see where your show goes, your own show. Plug it very quickly. Where can they find it?
Yeah, Lana, this is how you
Trivia,
plug a show.
Saturdays at 5.
Hey.
Wait, hold on. We cut off George's shameless plug. Where is it again?
Jeez. Disrespect. Trial by Trivia, Saturdays at 5. It's a game show.
Oh, love it. Is it available on Spotify at any point?
It hopefully will be.
Hey guys, look out for that. George is gonna be keep killing the game out here. You coming back? I'm gonna ask everyone that question. You coming back next semester?
I would like to.
You
Oh,
better.
you would like to.
Yes.
Okay, all right. George, truthfully, I appreciate all the time and effort you put in on the program. It's been a great time working with you, and you're killing it, man. Keep doing you. And I hope you get
appreciate
into your Syracuse school, wherever
Oh
you
yeah,
want to
grad
do
school.
next.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
Ew.
what you got next, my guy. JT,
So,
Thank you.
what did you think about the Buzz this season?
oh man, this buzz was a blast from the jump. I reminisce with some old friends. What's up, Isaiah? What's up, Lana? Got to meet some new friends, George, Amina. I don't even know. Like, I know you were with my roommate last semester. And I'm like, I know every single one of those people except this Amina chick. She seems cool.
Amina chick.
And then, like, I meet Amina. I'm like, oh, this buzz is gonna be fun. Like the flavor on this buzz, the melanin, the culture. We got everybody. Like, we had the Casper crew last semester, and this semester we don't even
The
need a
complete
name.
opposite of a Casper.
We just got, come on, bro. We got sweet potato pie. The rest is pumpkin pie. And that's all I'm gonna say on that one. But Zay, it's been a pleasure. I better have the same buzz with all of y'all, and I don't care who's gonna be an assistant producer, whether it's me, whether it's anybody else. But I will fight them and Laura to make sure that this crew is together next semester. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
here.
Facts, bro. I hope you guys stay together. And JT,
So
we worked with each other briefly during the summer. You were filling in a couple times for Terry.
yeah, I wanted to be a more permanent role, but when I go home, man,
bro, you
it's,
got
a,
bills
it's,
to pay.
it's a different
Bills
monster,
to pay.
bro.
I respect it.
Exactly.
I will say I was excited to get working with you because you reminded me in some respects when I first started here on the Buzz, where I was very goofy, wasn't sure too much about the news sides of things, and I think that was probably the kiss of death in my interview, where I said I'm not a news guy. I'm sure Annabella will love to hear that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, but it was a pleasure to work with you and see your growth as a human, and I think you've done a great job this semester, and I think doing other shows as well has helped you out. You have your plug your shows, Method to Madness.
I got 4 at this point. I got
Jesus,
Madness to
man.
the Method.
Yeah,
That's my
time
music
for-
show. I got Madness Semester. That's a music show. That will probably be a different time. I got Identity Crisis. Me and Terry Dickerson. We talk about Black culture. I got Montclair's very own. Me and Brandon Morazzo, aka Maz of Aunt Maz in the Midday, and Bryce. I don't even remember this boy's last name. We just started that show. Pure hip hop show. Right now it's Mondays at 3. Probably gonna change, and I got one more with office assistant, soon to be office manager, Ali Arario. It's called Let Me Put You On. It's where we share our different music tastes with each other and our listeners. That
Cool.
will be coming next spring semester.
All right, JT.
So
Very quickly, I better not hear anything from you and Terry show saying there's nothing to talk about and you guys play music the whole time. There's always something to talk about in Black culture and colored cultures around. So I don't want to hear that excuse. You talk for 58 minutes.
you got it.
Got it. All right, Amina. Yeah, Amina. What is your kind of reflecting back on the Buzz that was?
Okay, I would say when I first started, I didn't think I would last. I really didn't.
You're on 90.3. Wait, hold on. Wait
WMSC.
for it. I mean, I didn't want to cut you off, so hold on. Wait for it. You're on 90.3 WNSC for Montclair.
You could have done that so much better.
Hey, we got bills to pay, man.
Hey,
But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna stay. And like this is why I'm actually like really thankful that you were my host, because I feel like I had a good experience, and I feel like you were, at least last semester, you were the only person, with flavor for me. So it was like, because I walked going in, I really thought I was gonna be like the only one. I was like, oh, maybe this isn't gonna be like the thing for me at this school, and I like it. And then this semester I got to be with Lana again, and then I met JT and
period.
George, and it was just the best.
Mhm.
We should be back together next semester.
I hope you guys are back together, because it's hard to create chemistry, and you guys have it already. So that it'd be cool to see that continue on. I have no say in it, guys. I'm pretty much done here. But Amina, it's been awesome to work with you for
He
the
wants
past
the kids
2
in a divorce.
semesters. I will say the thing about Amina is that she refused to say anything that she has accomplished here. It's ridiculous. Amina's gotten like 2 high-profile internships, and it's just so subtle. Like, yeah, High 97 and Fox, but whatever. I've done interviews with like 1,000 people here. It aired already. No big deal. Amina, but you're killing it outside of the station.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
like all of you in the room, you're gonna do huge things in the future, I expect. So keep on doing what you're doing, Amina. I hope you come back. I mean,
sure.
not for nothing. Whoever's got to replace this seat, good luck. I mean, you gotta leave. Lana, I'm curious to know how you feel about the Buzz. You've done summer shows, you've done fall shows, spring shows. Lana, you've done it all at this point. How are you feeling?
Well, when I started working with the Buzz, I assumed I was just gonna be an editor forever.
This is true.
I didn't actually think I would ever come on air. But with some convincing, I did.
And we are so happy you made that
I'm
decision.
really happy I did. Isaiah, Amina, it's been great being able to work with you for
Right.
3 semesters in Isaiah's case. It's been a lot of fun, and I feel like we've like really bonded. I enjoyed it. JT, you're one of my best friends.
Yay!
And it was just so great to be able to actually be on air with you.
No.
I've really enjoyed it. And George, I just met you this semester.
It's true. A lot of
And
people just
she hates
it.
it. No, I'm
And
kidding.
she cannot stand.
I
kinda
do
drove
not
me
hate
here.
you. We've gotten into quite a few arguments
Yeah.
over things.
Marvel DC.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, but it's okay. We still love you.
But despite that, I've had a lot of fun, and I feel like it's made for really great radio. I feel like we have a very good on air chemistry.
It's been a pretty good program. And you know what? I will say it because it's been a pretty good one. It'll be the last time I say it.
Yeah.
But it's been a pretty good
great
one.
It's been a pretty good program, and I hope I get to work with all of you guys again.
I hope so too, guys. I will say, Lana, when you first started here on the Buzz, you mentioned you were an editor, And I never thought you were gonna come on to the show at all. I thought, you never really expressed interest in doing it. And when you did, that was pretty cool. I was like, all right, let's see what Lana's got. And little did I know that Lana's full of crazy things that she says, like setting herself on fire. I will never forget that moment. The moment of honesty where she legit said, I will set myself on fire for this human is insane.
I still stand by that fact.
Hey, I respect
You know
the
what?
hustle.
I would do the same thing. Not too much out of love for my girlfriend, just because, like, fire can be cool. Like,
That's weird. But I love seeing the growth of you as an on-air personality, Lana, and I think having the segment that you're interested in, that you like to talk about as you are in the film world yourself, Lana. I'm excited to see what you got in the future, whether it's in film or doing other things. You're gonna do some great things as well. And hey guys, it's been an honor to be on the Thursday Buzz with all of you. Hey, shout out to Campbell as well. He was here for the
Campbell,
sportscaster. It was great working with Campbell. I know he did the Tuesday Buzz.
Mr. Spicy White himself.
I think he's coming back next semester. I don't think he graduates yet, but Campbell, we're excited to bring you back next semester. And we hope you do some great things as well. You're doing all those sports and network things, going to the Heisman ceremony. That's cool.
Sports.
Yes, sir. So Campbell, keep doing your thing. We appreciate what you do. But yeah, it's been incredible working with all of you, especially Amina and Lana. We've been working with each other for quite some time, pretty much a year at this point.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, that's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Yes,
And
sir.
Isaiah, if I may request,
Yeah.
can I try one more time to plug my show?
Yes. Oh,
hear
okay.
it.
Here we go. All right.
Let's go.
Lana, you have some shows available on WMSC.
As you
What
can
are they? Where can they
One.
listen to you?
So the director's cut Saturdays at 4
PM or AM?
p.m.
There we go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Amina, you got anything to plug here?
I don't.
All right. Well, Amina, you'll probably hear Amina somewhere.
Amina, you should have a show.
I didn't take the test.
No, Amina's too big time. You should watch her. Amina's got, hold on. 6 months from now, we're gonna hear Amina's voice somehow on like Power 106 or something. It's be like, is that Amina? And then it's be like, that is Amina. And then all of a sudden, I'll have to be like, Amina, congrats on the show or something.
Be like,
And she'll be like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. I've been doing the show for like the past 6 months. Yeah, we just had like Drake on yesterday. No big deal or whatever. Well, like it's just me doing me, That would be Amina's reaction there. But truthfully, it's been a blessing to be with all you guys. I think it's an interesting show because I think it's definitely a different experience than anything else on WMSC. No offense to
100%.
all your other teams, but when you sit around with someone every week, 2 hours from 7 to 9 in the morning and just talk about the news and life and all those things, you create a good bond. So keep in touch, all of you guys. I'm interested to see what you guys have next. I'm only one call away.
I'll be here to save the day.
I got it. More lyrics, you get it. But hey guys, for one last time on the program from me on Thursdays, it's been an honor. Take care, be healthy, enjoy the new year, celebrate whatever holidays you celebrate. Until next time, whoever takes this chair on a Thursday, it's been the Morning Buzz Thursday edition, December 15th, 2022.
Let's go.
Goodbye, everybody.
ciao.